Hello, everyone. It's Monday, January 26th of 26. Um, I got pinged in the VVGO Discord the other day. They were like, "Does anybody here play sousaphone?" And then Grace was awesome and said, "Scott." I'm like, "Hi, it's me. I play sousaphone." She wrote this. She arranged this piece for Forest Maze. Da 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 da. Um, One thing I do hate about it is in G sharp minor. No, I don't like that. I might actually re-engrave the part into fucking A flat minor. That will make more sense for me. Flats are easier to read for me as a tuba player. But apparently there's a second super secret sousaphone part that involves sousaphone playing melody in upper register. It's no video; it's audio only, so that'll be nice. Um, so I'll do that. I just record. I actually just recorded. I haven't recorded in a while because I just haven't recorded in a while. I recorded Harvestella, which took me fucking 8 goddamn tries to go through. I was trying to use the little horn, the little tuba, and it just wasn't. It's a good practice horn, and that's about it. And honestly, I mean, I'm not a fan. I'm not an fan, okay? Plain and simple. I need to lose this. But anyway, it was nice to get a recording done. Like I said, I haven't recorded probably in months. And that was nice. Even after everything that happened this weekend. Got a fun thing for you. So, I am a big fan of Binging with Babish. The Babish culinary universe, as it were. Huge fan. Really love his stuff. He can stop selling cheap shit, though. Like, I got this set of measuring cups. One small problem. That's the handle. Can you read? It says quarter cup. Here's the quarter cup. And that's where it rusted off. I don't use these that often. And people would ask me, "Did you put it in the dishwasher?" We shouldn't have done that. I'm sorry, but I am a normal human being who is busy and doesn't have time to sit here and hand wash every fucking dish I own. I mean, yeah, it would work better if I just hand washed every night, every time I use the dishes. But come on, man. With as much as we spend on some of this shit, it shouldn't fucking break that easy. So, Babish, I still love your videos. Please stick to that and stop selling shit. Please. I can't imagine you make a lot of money from that deal anyway. So, I repeat, please stop trying to just sell us shit. Because it's just not going to end well. Another cold day. I did not work today, as a reminder. Because I work on Saturday. Yay, I work fucking Saturday. I don't want to work Saturday. Actually, what I might do is work Friday night, like super late Friday night. Get all that shit done Friday night. Like stay up late. Do that. That way I get my post done. Now I could argue and do the same and do the same thing and just work late Saturday night. And do my posting that would include Saturday night's numbers. That's actually a fucking thought. Yeah, that's a thought. But yeah, today's been all right. I've been honestly dreading the comments today. I know, never read the comments. Don't read the comments. But when you put yourself out there in a sense that honestly should not be it shouldn't be considered a political sense. It should not be considered political to want people to not fucking die for no goddamn reason. For seemingly no goddamn reason. Other than they were in the wrong place at the wrong time and someone decided, hey, I'm gonna take a shot. Or I'm gonna take your weapon from you, pin you down, beat the fuck out of you, and then all of us are gonna shoot at you. Also, again, if you agree with that, just there's the fucking door. Get the hell out of here. But anyway, yeah, today was good. I just kind of chilled, was on my computer all day. Yeah, I was on my computer all day. And now, I'm going to make food. For the week. All that's in here is chicken. I use these containers because they're big enough to hold the chicken. If you'll perceive, chicken. See? Chicken. I had to get my screen up. The other two things also have chicken in them. All I'm doing is that thing. What I'm probably going to do is I'll do them in two phases. I'll do them in 5 and 5. Do 5, wash it out, and then pack the chicken, and then do the other 5, pack them, and off we go. These are big fucking thighs too. I might actually just do 4 of these. So I really only have like 4 days this week. I don't count Saturday because Saturday I can do on my own I can do on my own time. I know I can do the entire week on my own time, but Saturday is a little easier to do because no one's expecting me in on Saturday. And we got it nice and warm in here. Also had to clip Kitty's nails today because I don't remember exactly what the context was, but she had a nice claw mark right here, right on the gut. And that claw mark is still there. I'm not going to show it on here because no one needs to see that. I mean my gut, not the claw mark. I'm happy I got the recording done. It's now just about 9 o'clock. I know the lights are low, but that's because I was recording. And I always have, hi Missy. I always have my lights down when I'm recording. So yeah, I'm going to get some cooking done, probably grab a shower. We finished that UDMM last night. Oh, that seed fucking sucked dick. There's no other way around that. That seed was ass. That seed was fucking terrible. Like, an area that we had assumed that we only knew how to access it by way of a hook shot. But the hook shot was in Dompe's grave in Majora's Mask or Dompe's, Beneath the Graveyard Dompe's part, which you can only do on day 3. Or sorry, night 3, so you need the last clock. The last clock is on a ledge in Stone Tower. You normally have to get over there. You have your ocarina, you play the Scarecrow song, Scarecrow shows up, you use your hookshot, get over there, and boom, you're done. But I can't get the last clock because I don't have the hookshot. The hookshot's in a place where that is only accessible at night 3. In addition, Elegy of Emptiness. I forgot exactly. Oh no, that was in the Ocean Skull House. The Ocean Skull House. 2 problems with that. Number 1, the Ocean Skull House entrance, Ocean Skull House entrance, normally in the Great Bay Area. And if you don't follow any of this, I'm sorry. I'm talking a little bit of Zelda shop here. Ocean Skull House normally in the Great Bay Area, right in that spot there. But the dungeon entrances were shuffled. And that got shuffled to the Clock Tower entrance. The Clock Tower entrance only opens on night 3 at midnight. That's normally how you get up to go and encounter the Skull Kid and get access to the moon. So now that's Elegy of Emptiness, and you figure Elegy of Emptiness, oh, that's another way I can get onto that platform potentially with either Fierce Deity Mask, which has a massive fucking jump, or with a bunny hood and hover boots. And all of that, by the way, leads to Stone Tower entrance, the top of the Stone Tower. The regular Stone Tower entrance. Because we had access to Inverted. That was our spawn point. That was our child spawn point, was inside Ganon's castle, where Inverted Stone Tower Temple. So technically, that was required. Song of Time was actually not in the playthrough. Song of Time was in a spot I should have known. I didn't see it. But anyway, Elegy of Emptiness led to Stone Tower entrance, which was Great Bay Temple. In Great Bay is the Oath to Order, which is like the last of the things you need to access the moon. You need that to access the moon. So now I've got the last clock locking one item, which is locking another item. That clock's also locking another dungeon entrance. Those 2 items are locking a dungeon entrance. The fuck do you do? How do you get this item? Well, here's how. You go to your child spawn point. Okay? And we had these items at this point in time. We got these items earlier. Go to the child spawn point, leave the dungeon. Go across, the blocks are there in advance for the inverted portion. You hip hop across the blocks. You take your light arrows out. You shoot the little jewel thing to flip everything right side up. Now you're on the other side, near where the owl is, where you hit the owl with the sword. You can use Song of Story and warp right to it. Or actually, the easier way is you just use a fucking Song of Story and warp right to it. We had it immediately. We actually started with that. Yeah, that was also the only way that entrance worked, because we were able to warp out of there. That was the only way that fucking worked. The flute was in Ganon's castle at a very accessible place. I found it actually pretty quickly. So anyway, what you do, you get over by that owl statue, and you think the only thing you can do is go over to fucking Stone Tower Temple if you have Elegy of Emptiness, which allows you to push down the 3 blocks and hold the 3 blocks so that they stay in place and your platforms don't go back to where they were before. I know, it's a lot of shit. Bear with me. This platform that you're on is actually a lot longer than you remember, because if you're playing randomizers, all you really see is like the spot nearby the owl, and away you go. You're hoping you can just get up to the owl but that's a long platform. Long enough for you to go to the corner, put on your Goron mask, and start rolling. At the right angle off the corner of the platform, you are able to get enough speed to get across the chasm to where the night 3 clock is. And actually, I think in the playthrough it was the day 3 clock. It was the 4th clock we found, or in the playthrough, that is. As in what the game says. Oh, you know how to do this. We didn't know how to do that. We didn't know how to do that at all. So, yeah. Once you got that clock, I said, Yosh, I have no idea what the fuck to do. Got the playthrough out or got the spoiler log out, and was like, how the fuck do you intend for me to get that without that? And I can't get that without getting that. So we're fucked. This is a dead seed. And I start going to get other stuff because, we're going to try and finish the seed as best we can. And then I hear, oh my God, it works. Because I was like, Yosh, we're stuck right now. Here, you figure out how to get across the way. Is there another way? What am I missing? And then he figured it out. Oh my God. I think he said, oh my God, as he launched off the platform and realized he was going to make it. And I glance up at his screen and I go, you fucking made that? What the hell? You need to show me this? We acquired knowledge last night. The skeleton key. We needed the skeleton key because I couldn't find the Ganon's Castle keys at all. We needed those because the light trial was in play, and that requires the 2 keys. We needed the skeleton key to basically unlock all those doors. Skeleton key was in the Captain Kida section of Ikana Graveyard. Ikana Graveyard is fucking loaded. On the wall, there are little rocks, and the rocks were randomized. A couple well-placed bomb chews, and I've got my skeleton key. So, the seed last night was ass, but we gained knowledge, and knowledge is important, and knowledge is power. Anyway, we do not have any cold weather advisories for the rest of the week. It might actually hit 20 by the end of the week. And that might actually feel like a heat wave. I've felt that before, where we've been this cold, polar vortex cold, and then all of a sudden it's 20. So yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna go make food, and then I'm gonna do the rest of the week. Rest of the week is pretty simple. It's end of the month, trivia on Thursday, and then how much else? Oh, probably playing some ball on Saturday. So yeah. So we'll see you later on this week. And hopefully, when I say we'll see you later, I mean we don't have a super depressive fucking post later on this week because other shit happened. Cross our fingers. Hope springs eternal. We'll see you later. Hello, everyone. It is still technically Wednesday. I haven't gone to bed yet. It's actually just after midnight on Thursday. Today was actually a very, very good day. A very good day. Let's start with yesterday. Yesterday was actually not as good a day. I got a note from the boss shortly after I arrived at work. He noticed when I arrived to work and said, "You need to cut that shit out. It's getting ridiculous again." And he's right. His main thing is thinking of trivia nights. When I get there at say noon or 12:30, and then I have to be out of there by 6. I have to be at the other venue by 6. So I'm working on getting that better. Case in point, it's 12:30, and I just turned my computer off. Now it's 12:30, and I'm also just picking up my laundry. So I'm hanging out with friends. Hanging out with friends, doing fucking map. I did some Super Metroid map rando. That was a good time. Oh god, these are cold. They're very cold. Oh, so far down. I see that. I put 2 in here. I did put 2 in here. 2 dryer sheets. Fuck that up. And always remember to clean out your dryer vents. Always. You don't want to light your building on fire. But yeah, today was much better. Today was, I got there just before 11. The goal, by the way, is 10. I want to get there by 10. Again, clean out your lint traps. So yeah, goal's 10 o'clock. I think Joe knows that it's not gonna be perfect immediately. So like today he was happy to see I was there, before noon. We had a good manager meeting. I talked about the upcoming PTO change. Whenever you hear someone mention PTO change, you wonder, am I getting less PTO? The answer is no, thankfully. It's not less PTO. It's how we treat it when it expires, which it technically won't. We can accrue the same amount of hours we do every year. Our maximum balance is that plus 40. Essentially allowing us to take 40 hours from the previous year. When we hit that maximum balance, well, you're done. You're not getting any more PTO. It's fucking cold down here. It's supposed to be 10 tomorrow. Which, yeah, I know, I picked the perfect time to get a haircut. The perfect time. Right in the middle of winter, but you know what? When you need to get your hairs cut, you get your fucking hairs cut. And for me, there's only one thing to do. It goes shorter. I mean, when you get your hair cut, that's kind of how that works. You can't cut your hair and it gets longer. Those are called hair extensions. I don't want those. I like what I have. So, Jesus. The thing is, the garage isn't the coldest room, the coldest place in the building. That is upstairs. Or rather, it's the main lobby area. Because I don't think it's got good enough insulation. Whew. Fuck! I quote a famous comedian who says, "You live in a place where if you are not outside with the proper coat and you do not say the word fuck out loud, then you have anger issues." I'm inside, I don't have the proper coat on. Fuck. It's goddamn cold in here. The weird thing is, we go past this door into where apartments are. And you can feel where everyone's heat is kind of pouring out into the hallway, or it's better insulated. Now my apartment's okay. My apartment's fine. Yeah, it's been a good week so far. Today I did have a good one-on-one with my front office manager, because I'm technically his boss. And part of the reason I had a one-on-one is because I realized I haven't been having them. And that I shouldn't be doing. So what I did was, he's still, I don't want to say he's green. Like, he knows the industry pretty well. He's been at the hotel long enough. He's been at the hotel for 4 years. And he's FOM for a reason. But, like, I don't know, he still has a little growing up to do. And maturing. So, I'm hoping I can help with that. I'm hoping, ow, that was my vacuum. I'm hoping I can help with that. So what I did was, and I told him this, what I ended up saying, we looked at the job description of his job. And I said, I kind of want to do a thing where we go through each line and see where we're at. We'll just go through a couple lines every week, see where we're at. How can we improve? The biggest thing is, one of the front office supervisors will be an amazing GM someday. But she needs to stop being a GM right now. Is my kitty down here? No. My kitty back there? No. Where's my kitty? She must be upstairs. But yeah, basically telling him that you need to let her know that, like, some of the things she's been doing, it's great, and thank you, but maybe some of the words need to come from Connor. Or things like, person isn't going to be here, and great that the desk figured it out. Great that everyone behind the desk figured it out. But we need to have better communication with our front office manager. So that when someone says, hey, where was this person last night? There she is. Kitty. But sometimes when we yeah, communication just needs to be better. Like, one of the first things on the list was talking about hiring, which it took us a bit to hire for the couple openings that we had. And part of the problem was Joe was asking me how was Connor doing on that, and I didn't have an answer. And I just said, you know, even if all it is you sending us a message saying, hey, reached out to this many people today, heard back from none. Or looked at this many resumes today, said no to these, said sure to these, we'll see what happens, and try to get an interview. Because he was like trying to schedule interviews, and he had interviews scheduled and people wouldn't fucking show up for them. Which I will never understand. You are applying for a job and got an interview. Wouldn't you think it'd be smart to go to that job? Also, I need better lights. Yay. Or to go to that interview, rather. I hate that. I'm gonna schedule an interview with you. Not fucking show up. No call, no show, nothing. Like, honestly, if a person would just say, hey, I found something, I'm not gonna make it to the interview. Thanks for the offer, but I'm gonna decline it this time. Great. Communication. It's important. Communication is so fucking important. Even if all you're saying is, no thanks. So, yeah. Kind of going through some of those things. It was a very good, productive meeting. And then we also looked at the book of 450 Things a Hotel General Manager Should Know. Basically telling Connor, think like a GM. You gotta think like a GM sometimes. So, yeah. It was good. Tomorrow's trivia. Friday is Friday. And Saturday's the last day of the month. And I'm gonna get there when I fucking get there for end of the month shit. But I also have a whole bunch of other stuff going on that day, so I might actually have to cancel on Bald. I want to play Bald. I really do, but I don't know if this weekend's gonna work. Next weekend should work though. Definitely. Hi, Missy. Okay. I need to get going, fold laundry, use the facilities, and call it a night. That's right. It's not even 1 a.m. yet. That's the idea. Anyway, we'll see y'all later this week. Hey everyone. It's Thursday. It was a good day, actually. It was quite the good day. I had a very good day today. Work was whatever. Trivia was good. Got this new team of these young ladies from UW who started playing last week. They started playing because school was gonna be canceled the next day. That is why they joined us last week, and then, well, school's not canceled tomorrow. It is not that cold. In fact, tomorrow might actually be warmer. Oh, my plate's warm. Having a late night's, an evening snack after getting home from trivia. Trivia was, like I said, very good. I also got a notification that my tax refund is here. Yay. I am fucking thrilled with that. I am so happy to have that little extra cushion right now. I'm gonna try to not like buy a whole bunch of shit, which one is want to do when they start, or when they get a bit of a windfall. It wasn't big. It was not a big windfall. It's enough to do good stuff, though. What the hell is that? Oh, one of the questions tonight was, what L word is the word you use as, for a group of lizards? And the answer to that is actually, the answer to that is a lounge of lizards. Yeah, a lounge of lizards. Don't look at me. I don't fucking know. I don't know where they get these fucking names from. But yeah, that was. I liked my song choice because, like, a lot of teams went for a League of Lizards, which if it was really a League of Lizards, I would have absolutely done League of Legends as a reference. Just fucking saying. Okay, I actually don't care. We'll get that later. But yeah, anyway, I just wanted to share it was a good day. Just trying to, as I've always said, do the best I can with what I have. Sometimes you need to do that. Tomorrow night is SG's birthday. We're doing an archipelago. That's gonna be a good time. I need to get my YAMLs done. Fuck. That's gonna be a good time. Anyway, I'm gonna go do that now. After putting this schedule in real quick. Because I want to put the schedule in real quick. So, yeah, we'll check in later. Probably tomorrow. Hey. It's February. We have survived the month of January. And unfortunately, I'm afraid that might be how this is going to go this year. We have survived another month. We gotta hope the next one is just as good. Or not as good. It wasn't a good month. There was actually some real shit that happened this month. Like, not for me. I mean, globally. Around the world. But casting that aside, because I had a whole vlog dedicated to that. Casting that aside, yeah, January for me was MagFest was incredible. MagFest was absolutely the fuck incredible. Let's fucking go. I'm also checking my we're doing an archipelago for SG's birthday, and I'm checking my seeds to see where they're at. But anyway, two bows. Let's fucking go. For me personally, it wasn't a bad month. Yes, there were some difficult parts. There was a lot of math. I did some recording this month for Vivigo for the Harvestella main theme. Which took me a second. That actually took me a good second. Because, yeah, recording with the tiny tuba is not a good thing to do. That is hard to control, and I don't like the results I didn't like the results I was getting out of it. So we swapped over to the big guy. One take and I was done. Actually, I think it might have been two takes, because I was also starting to fuck up because I was getting really frustrated with how it was sounding. But regardless, had a good conversation with a friend of mine from Florida, who's no longer in Florida. We talked about life, and we talked about a lot of shit, actually. And yeah. And yet it feels like I still kind of limped across the finish line of January. Because honestly, of everything else happening in the world. And it's kind of annoying. It's actually very annoying. So what does February have in store for us? A couple of gigs. I need to keep looking this up. This Saturday we're doing the usual Winterfest with UW alumni. And then 2 weeks from then is Asher's Heart fundraiser. That's at the Varsity in Sun Prairie. Good time. I'll probably post something on the vlog for that week. Event runs from 10 to 10. I'm gonna play late afternoon. We're gonna go play at the Varsity. I haven't been to the Varsity in a hot minute, so it'll be nice to get back there and chill there for a bit. When we moved to Sun Prairie, that was a favorite spot. Wasn't the favorite spot. We had many of those, but that was a favorite spot. And the very end of the month, the last day of the month, aside from having to go back into work because last day of the month, which I might just tell Joe I'm doing it Friday because I have my first solo ensemble event in Mount Horeb on the 28th. And the following weekend, getting into March, that's where we're going to Oconomowoc. So yeah. January was a mixed bag. One weekend was incredible. Everything else was, eh. I feel good about how I managed finances at MagFest. So that was good. I liked that. Um, has to be a courtesy email saying my auto payment failed because there was no balance because I already fucking paid rent. Excuse me. And this is a thing that says, here's what's at Colorado Sun Prairie. Yeah. Automatic payment has not been processed because there's no outstanding balance at this time because I paid my rent in advance. Spectrum payments set up for the 5th. Yeah. I'm gonna... Oh yeah, the other good thing about February, spring training starts. We get baseball back. So yeah, have a great February, everyone. Stay warm. Be safe. Thank you all so much for watching. And we will see you all next week. Take care, everyone.